And a bit of a random one, boys, but a trailer has dropped. A very popular trailer, but it's that X 8-bit Christmas. So this trailer dropped out of nowhere about an upcoming holiday comedy called 8-bit Christmas, a story about an 80s kid quest to score an NES for Christmas. So the plot focuses on a 10-year-old boy who wants to get a NES for Christmas. It was sort of like 1988-ish, late 80s, starring Neil Patrick Harris, who plays the boy, all grown up, telling the story to his daughter. So it's coming out via HBO Max on the 24th of November, directed by Michael Dowse and written by Kevin Jakubowski. Kind of like destroyed that name.
Yeah, I'm probably going to offend someone. That kind of sounds like a Star Wars name to me, but I know it's a Polish name. So
yeah,
I know it's
Polish. I know that the W's a V, but I'm not sure about the first bit. I think it's Jakubowski. Anyway, I don't know why, man. Like this movie is going to be terrible, but I'm kind of pumped about this movie.
It looks alright. It looks like the direction looks pretty good.
I
saw the humor looked pretty good.
I just saw the trailer and I'm like, wait a second, like it's an actual NES. There's something about that I'm thinking, well, like Nintendo has approved this. This is kind of weird. This is a change in Nintendo's stance on these kind of things.
It's funny to me because then you look at like they've got an example of video game and like in the trailer someone drops kicks the CRT TV or something, and it's definitely a game that is well above the technical limitations of the NES. It's like some Street Fighter style game.
Oh, was
and
it?
I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, man, this game, I just once I want a movie to actually like do 2 seconds of research into that stuff. It's so easy, so easy to make a fake game look like an NES game. Anyway, this trailer, honestly, comedy movies obviously, like they often try to put like the funniest moments in the trailers. I don't know, it felt a bit flat for me. I'm still no, just in terms of like I was expecting the trailer to be a bit more interesting. I don't know if it's obviously not targeted specifically at me, it's targeted at kids, but it's like, I don't know, I'll still probably give it a shot because hey, it's a story that, speaks to our childhoods. And yeah, but I try to normally when we've talked about movies in the past, I like put in brackets like, oh, directed by this person for this movie and written by this, and I just couldn't find anything that I wanted to put in to shout out that these people have made, honestly. So like, I don't know. I think it's on HBO Max, so it's not in the cinemas in America. Who knows here? But
I don't even know how we watch it in Australia. Hopefully it's on Amazon Prime.
I like Neil Patrick Harris. I like him. I think he'll probably do well in it. I hope it's great.
I think you've analyzed it correctly though, that the actor means nothing, like zero, right? It's all the writer and director. And if they've got a good history as combo together, sweet. But the actors, who cares almost, right? And I do like him as well. I don't think he's bad, but yeah, it's funny looking at what these guys have written. Like, look, the movie's going to be terrible. It's got to be, right? Because the trailer only came out and it's coming out in 2 weeks. That's not a good sign. That's a terrible, terrible sign. It's going straight to streaming. I mean, this is like one of those things where you go into Target or something and you see a movie and you're like, whoa, I never even heard of this movie. And it's because it's terrible.
Well, it kind of, in 2021, it probably makes sense, especially around that season and what's happening with the pandemic. Releasing stuff at cinemas, I don't know if it's worth it anymore.
No, the cinemas are pumping again, dude.
In fairness,
not to the extent that it needs to be profitable, I reckon.
In fairness, the closest approximation to this movie is The Wizard, right?
Yeah, but this is what I wanted to bring up. Is this the first time that the NES has been featured in a movie since The Wizard?
Maybe.
I reckon it might be.
I think for a lot of people, obviously there's nostalgia there. The Wizard wasn't a very good film either.
No.
It had funny moments, but everyone just liked it because it showed off Mario 3, right?
Hey, it was very accurate. They used the Power Glove to play Mario 3. Yeah. Come on.
And I like that they've got a kid with the Power Glove in this that's like the king of the town because he's got an NES. I like that kind of stuff. But it's probably going to end up being a better film, but just probably less memorable than The Wizard, because The Wizard was just had that Mario 3 thing, you know. So
Yeah. Now, like the last thing, because you know how I've got this probably infamous tier list that I'm thinking about pulling together, watching every single shitty video game movie adaptation. I feel like this
Yep.
doesn't count. This is
No. Oh no.
this
no,
is this is
it's
almost
not
like a bonus. Like you put
it's not an
in the
adaptation, yeah.
Wizard and you put in this now. I think.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
bonus. It doesn't count. The issue I have with a lot of these films, and I don't want to. Oh God, I hope this doesn't sound like I'm a movie snob or something, because I'm not. But for example, I read a while ago. I read a book called Save the Cat, which is all about screenwriting, and that's the name of the book. It's called Save the Cat.
no. I was just waiting. I was actually expecting you to go off on a tangent. And you're like, it's about screenwriting. I'm
No,
like,
it's
oh,
about screenwriting.
I'm actually
And-
surprised.
And even before that, it's just this kind of reaffirms it. You understand the formula, and you understand the formula that a hell of a lot of films use, to the extent that you're watching the film and you start to predict exactly when a particular thing's going to happen. You know when the low point is, you know when the high point is, you know how it's going to conclude, and it almost makes it, I wouldn't say pointless watching it, but the journey becomes almost irrelevant because you know exactly where it's going. So what makes it then watchable is the content and the writing of the bits in between. And I think the problem is a hell of a lot of films have really shit bits in between that are not funny, or they're really badly written. So it ends up having nothing. There's no suspense. There's nothing in it at the end. And I hope it's not the case with this one, but I feel like it's just going to be super formulaic with a bunch of gags that will probably fall flat. But we'll see.
I look forward to your art house analysis of
Sure.
8-Bit Christmas when
Okay,
it comes
I'll
out.
review
mate.
it like that. Hey, I'm not a movie snob. The formula is just so bloody apparent in so many films. It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
Mike, if you're up for it, we can sync it up so we could stream it. So
You
obviously
want to
we
watch
can't,
it at the same.
we can't show the images and stuff like that, but we can stream our reaction to watching it.
Okay.
Would you be up for that?
Yeah.
It's going to get
Yeah.
the views, that one.
Yeah, what are we gonna show?
No, just like I don't know.
two idiots talking.
We'll figure out what we can show.
I mean,
but
channels do that. I'm just thinking,
Yeah.
like, anyway.
I just don't know what would show. Yeah,
No.
we can show something.
something
Or
else.
just blur the hell out of it.
videos of my
So-
cat.
No, I could just blur it all out. So
Blur
anyway,
it, yeah. Inverse the pixels.
well, that's the news this week.